Hello there, and welcome to the Outside Film Podcast, where we talk film, TV, games, and all that jazz that there's no tomorrow. This week, we're discussing The Matrix Resurrections. I don't know if I'm ready, honestly. My name is Tom. And
I don't know.
Joining my co-host, John.
Hey, I guess we're back into the Matrix. I guess is it resurrected? I don't even know if it's resurrected this time because of this film. But we'll talk about like the good bits about Matrix and the other stuff about Matrix.
I want to start. Just what do you think? Like this is interesting because I know that you've seen the first one, but you haven't seen Reloaded or Revolutions. So I'm very interested as to what your perspective is.
I do know what happens in them. I do know what happens. Yeah. Oh, spoilers if you haven't.
Yeah,
with
spoilers
the architect, with the key master. I can't say his name right.
Merovingian?
Yeah. I won't say that again because I don't know how to say it. All about that, and then the twins fighting, and then at the end where it's a whole huge battle with the it's not the Sentinels. It is. No, it's not. Is it?
Just I don't know. Just the machines, I guess.
I don't know.
They might be called Sentinels. And I think the squid ones. The squid ones are called Sentinels.
Right. Yeah, because my brain was like, yes, it is. And then Mr. Smith turned into a human. I get like from just like Mr. Anderson, and then just kept saying Anderson. And then the CGI was intense, I guess, with everything that was happening. And then at the end, Neo sacrificed himself to make a better Matrix. Yes,
yeah,
if I remember
correctly. He sacrifices himself to kind of end the war to do something that would benefit both the humans and the machines. And I've got to say, I'd never watched the sequels, and then I watched them before watching Resurrections, and you know what? They're pretty good. You know, like they don't come close to the first film, and there are definitely elements of them that are a stretch. But Reloaded and especially Revolutions, I think a lot of good stuff in Revolutions. And yeah, so Resurrections is nearly 20 years later. What do you think?
It was weird. With everything what was happening in the film, it was like, at the beginning, it was way too meta.
Mm-hmm.
I know what were they going for with like, oh my God, like you made these 3 games, now we gotta make a 4th one. And this went on for like 20 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
In the film, and like the montage. I mean, okay, the montage was great, but
yeah, I agree.
I felt like everything that was like stretching its like meta, like all the way through, like, oh my God, you're the games creator, and then you're gonna make the 4th game, and then like with Trinity's like, your games create, what are your games based on? And, like it was just going on and on.
I do think it goes way too far being meta. The scenes for me that really did it were the architect when he's going, not the architect, the analyst, Neil Patrick Harris's character, when he was going in bullet time and he's telling Neo, I got this idea of bullet time to you. Like,
that was great.
Oh, do you think? Because I didn't like that. I thought that was too meta.
Really?
I thought that, you know, calling it bullet time in the film, you know, bullet time is the kind of thing that we, you know, that society dubbed it after the film, but they never actually say bullet time in the film, and it did feel a bit jarring to me, and I was kind of like,
yeah. It was like going back and forth with the meta stuff. Like, geez, right, we know, but we just want to see him back in the Matrix again. Like, what are you going to do with it? And the worst part of the film is that the philosophy isn't there with some of the Matrix, like in the first one or with the other stuff. Like, it doesn't really go back to the Matrix, the idea of it, like possibilities or something. It was like, oh, Neo, we need you back and just do something. And then it was like going on for meta. And then Mr. Smith, well, this is war in this one. Like,
it's Agent Smith. It's Mr. Smith. Just
Mr. Smith.
A random dude. Agent Smith.
Okay,
Agent proper Smith. Title.
Sorry, my brain is thinking about this film as Friday and like, oh yeah, it is Mr. Smith. No, it's not. It's Agent Smith. But yeah,
Agent Smith was like, you kind of get this a little bit in Reloaded as well, but Smith is so shoehorned in. At this point, Smith has died twice. Yeah, right, exactly. Oh, that was what was in the second trailer. You know how I said the second trailer really ruined it for me?
Yeah.
That was what was in it. They revealed that Jonathan Groff's character was Agent Smith. So, you know, going in, there was no mystery for me because of, and you know, I didn't want to watch that trailer, but yeah. But Smith has no relevance, and he's just kind of so shoehorned in. He pops up a couple times. But Jonathan Groff, he doesn't have any presence anywhere near as much as Hugo Weaving in the original trilogy. Hugo Weaving, he's robotic and he's kind of calculated, but you can tell that he's also conflicted, and he might ham it up a little bit in the sequels, but I don't think Jonathan Groff really, I don't think there's any point to him being that character. What he kind of says, this whole thing where he's like, we got to remake the Matrix because our overlords at Warner Brothers want to do it, and they're going to do it with or without you, and it's like loads of meta stuff. But when he becomes Smith, it was kind of cool when he sees the battle going on and he sees the gun and he realizes he kind of breaks free of his imprisonment and he yells, "Mr. Anderson." Like that was
a
really
great cut.
cool. Yeah, I agree. It did like to cut in between the old stuff and the new stuff. That was definitely a choice. I thought that was just a trailer thing, but no, that's actually something that they went for. But I didn't think Smith had any relevance, really.
Yeah, I just didn't know what was his purpose there. In the Matrix, he was the one who was trying to not let anyone break the rules of the Matrix, but no, he's just there. And also, there was like really confusing parts, with the Morpheus stuff. Like, apparently, Neo created this Morpheus AI or something in the Matrix.
Yeah, so I might be wrong. I'm going to attempt to kind of explain what I think it is.
You know what happened last time we explained something, Tom? Tenet.
Was it Tenet? No, I'm going to try and be a little bit more sane than Tenet. So I think that Neo or Thomas Anderson created code for Morpheus in his game. He didn't end up using that code for Morpheus, but instead used it as an agent, but the code still existed. So Bugs, can I say Bugs is literally the best character in the film? Bugs could reawake him, and that's what we see at the beginning. Speaking of which, what did you think of the beginning? They basically recreated the beginning of The Matrix, but with a twist. What did you think?
I guess it was all right. To be honest, I did like with the stuff that we're going for at the beginning, like Bugs, like seeing like the different perspective of the whole recreation of the first scene in Matrix, and I felt that was like a nostalgic vibe to it.
Yeah,
but I liked it. It was like a bit of a twist, seeing that agent as a Morpheus coded thing. Yeah, Morpheus coded. And then I thought it was really cool with the special effects and like Bugs, the way that she jumped out of buildings or something like that and dodged over cars. That was really cool. I thought that, they could have explored that somewhere else, but no, it was like more fighting, and then more fighting. Anyway, but yeah, at the beginning, I thought it was good.
Yeah, the action was really underwhelming, I thought.
Oh god,
the original the original choreographer didn't return, or maybe has passed away at this point, but different cinematographer as well. And I thought that the film looked good, but the opening action scene definitely was cool, like when they're running through the corridor and like Bugs is running up the walls, and as you said, when she jumps over the car, I thought that was really cool. And after that, the action just lacked so much of that kind of energy. It felt like what they were doing was the opposite of The Matrix, with quick cuts, like a Jason Bourne style, that kind of 2010s action movie vibe that Hollywood really loves now.
Yeah, and I felt like it was just a lot in your face. It was just stretching out some of the dialogue and then like saying, "Oh, you're the great." Yeah. Again with the meta, I thought too repetitive in the film. I think,
the film definitely had a tendency to sometimes literally shout in your face. The scene where they have the warehouse fight, which is, it just feels like a greatest hits medley from Reloaded. We're bringing back the Merovingian. Smith and Neo get to have a rematch. They fight like some of the people who they fight in Reloaded. And it was completely pointless as well. Like, it just felt like it was there. And all while you've got the Merovingian yelling in French and English about sequels and about art. And it felt so incredibly in your face and so like blatant, kind of beating a dead horse. It really felt like we were just being yelled at and just being told like, "Oh, this will never be as good as the original." And like, we're telling you all the things that you're thinking. And again, it was so incredibly meta.
You got shouted at by so much stuff in your face by a Frenchman, like the sequels and then
what happened to good old art? Yeah, it was really just like that.
Wow, there was one great moment that I thought that was like Matrix like was when after that horrible cinematography of that train fight scene, Neo like jumps through the mirror and he wakes up again. It's that thing, and then you see only two pods, one for Neo and one for Trinity, and you're like, oh my god, like they're the ones that they're powering up the Matrix. And that was like, that was really cool. I have to give that to that. That was a really cool moment that I liked.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, you get that wide shot of the two pods opposite each other. And I thought it was, pretty horrific imagery, especially seeing it in the cinema as well. I thought that was really powerful. I think the first half of this film especially is really, really solid. Even the stuff where they go back into the real world, it was pretty cool. They had Niobe from the sequels being like the only person alive from those films. They got Jada Pinkett Smith. They kind of aged her up, and they're no longer living on Zion, now living on Io. And I thought it was so interesting to see, because it feels like a whole Rise of Skywalker kind of like, well, if Neo's alive and the war is still going, then what's the point? What was his sacrifice for? It feels very much like, well, if Palpatine's alive, what does Vader's sacrifice mean in Rise of Skywalker? But I think cleverly they were like, no, everything's changed. We now have all these great things. We can grow through, and we have evolved as a society, and we are now working with the robots. The fact that they just put Neo and Trinity back into the Matrix doesn't mean that it was all for nothing. And I think that was very clever.
Yeah, and I liked how there was some key characters that brought up in the film. But the one thing that was really annoying, that they couldn't bring back Lawrence Fishburne to do Morpheus. I thought that was like the reason why the Matrix was so good, like with the characters like Trinity, Morpheus, and then Neo. Like you got them, and it's great. And what makes the film so interesting, like the way that Lawrence Fishburne like really acted as Morpheus.
Why wasn't he in it? I don't know if there's a reason for that. Maybe he just didn't want to come back. But I think they wrote around it well, honestly. They tried to have that whole Morpheus-esque character with Bugs and Morpheus, telling Neo what's the truth, and using footage from the films, or I guess from the games, to show us that. But it definitely felt like they were missing something. And I think Lawrence Fishburne was such a big part of the others that maybe that was what was missing. I don't know. But it's definitely interesting how he became the head of the High Council after Revolutions. And when the war started to get bad again, when it started to kind of start again, he was kind of denying it and being like, well, no, Neo saved us. He saved everything. And his adamant belief that everything's over and everything's okay because of his belief in Neo kind of was the reason why things got to the point where they did. I thought that was an interesting commentary on blind belief in things, to the point where you don't accept what's happening in reality, which is almost what the Matrix is, right? Like, in a way, Morpheus created for himself his own kind of Matrix, where he, just denies what's happening in the real world and kind of stays to his fantasy of Neo saving them.
Yeah. The one thing that really threw me off, okay, I forgot the character that was looking after Neo in the Matrix, checking in just in case. And then it was a bird in the real life. Just Baka.
Oh, yes, Sati from she's back from Revolutions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
now
thought that
she's
was
an
really cool
adult.
back. But yeah, but now like the bird, that was the one thing that was like, when did it get Harry Potter all of a sudden with the birds?
Yeah,
Like,
that's very Wizarding World, isn't it?
yeah, I was like, am I watching Matrix? Like, there's a
Is
metallic
this the
bird that was
secrets of
flying.
Dumbledore?
Oh god. Oh, and the one thing that really lacks, I mean, you can see it only just in the beginning, I guess. And the last final moments of the film was the relationship between Trinity and Neo. You can, that was like really hard bit, because that was like why the Matrix was so famous, like between the relationship between them. And those last final moments of the film was great. Like, you've seen them, and like they're not interrogating, like hurting the physician, and then it's like flying around, and that was great. You could see that they're properly back. But I don't know if they're gonna make another one.
Well, I mean, like, it was so good to see Neo and Trinity together, but the film didn't afford them enough time together. This is a
No.
film which argues that Neo and Trinity are connected, and one can't be without the other. To the point where the one is essentially now the two. They can both fly now, and they both have these incredible abilities. And what I think the first half of the film does so well is it makes Thomas like constantly, he has this strange connection to this person who doesn't know, but the audience knows who it is, and they know why he has that connection. I think that was genius. When he sees her, as you said, when he comes out of the Matrix and he sees her, it's quite haunting to see that they are kept so close yet so far from each other. But I feel the film is so concerned with showing the world 60 years on, establishing what happened to all the characters we know, that the time we spend with Neo and Trinity, it's fleeting at best. They might have 20 minutes worth of scenes together. And it doesn't feel truly rewarding when they actually come together as Neo and Trinity instead of Thomas and Tiffany. It was a shame that it was so fleeting in a quite an underwhelming action sequence where they're on a motorbike through the city and you can't really see anything. And the action isn't really like, I guess they're older. Carrie Ann Moss, Keanu Reeves, they're older, but they don't really they don't get the chance to do any like really cool action stuff when they're together, and I miss that.
Yeah, I miss that. Like, there's no like iconic fight scenes that you can think of in this film. None.
Nope.
Like
None.
the train fight scene, all I can see was just the shaky cam. Oh
Yeah.
god, why did they bring that shaky cam? Like the shaky cam was the most useless thing ever. Like you couldn't do anything. You could see like make 23 frames in 1 second, like and just like
The only cool action sequence was at the beginning with Bugs and Morpheus when they're flipping off the walls. But that was so short. Not only was it so short, but it doesn't even come close to the action scenes in the original trilogy.
Yeah, that was so sad. I was like, why isn't anything happening throughout the film? And then, that was that really horrendous fight at the cafe with all the soldiers and
literally so crowded. I didn't know what was going on. It was.
Is that Neo? Is that Neo? No, it's Trinity.
Wait 1 second, it's John Wick.
Oh, it's John Wick. Oh my god, wait. If this John Wick, why is there a shaky cam? Oh my god, wait, what?
Weird. It's weird seeing Neo with Keanu's long hair and beard. It really looks like it's just John Wick. Like, it is a little bit strange.
That would be a cool concept if, John Wick was in the Matrix. What we could do.
That'd be a crossover, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Neo is actually John Wick in the Matrix. Brilliant. I still know Kung Fu.
And before he realizes, like, oh my god, for all these years I was this assassin trying to fight the high table. It was the high table or the in the film.
I don't know. But no, that would be funny because Lawrence Fishburne is in the John Wick films. So and that's Morpheus.
Oh my god!
Wait! Isn't I swear Carrie-Anne Moss is going to be in the next one
in John Wick 4?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Carrie-Anne Moss has been cast.
Wait, I wonder if they're going to do a crossover because they did.
Okay, so she said that she would love to star in it. That would be so good. Imagine that, and you have Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Lawrence Fishburne all in the same movie. Again, after years, that'd be amazing.
That'd be amazing. And then there was obviously a Matrix reference in 3, like we need guns, lots of guns. And then that could be a really cool reference if Trinity like says like dodge this, but in the next one, with the gun and say dodge this, that'd be cool. But we don't know.
Yeah, I wonder, and I think other people have thrown this about. Maybe the underwhelming action is because Lily Wachowski didn't come back, and it was only Lana for this one. Maybe, the thing has always been that Lily has been more interested in the action, and Lana has always been, the person who's kind of like telling this sci-fi romance, and obviously they both help each other with it. But it feels a lot more that like Lana is interested in telling this sci-fi romance story than telling an action story. And I think that's okay because I'm not always the most interested in the action in the Matrix. That's not what I'm more interested in the philosophies and the sci-fi stuff. But then the action is such an integral part of this film, but it's all so underwhelming that it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. And then there's lazy writing.
I thought the ending was quite lazy. The conversation between the analyst and Neo and Trinity, it felt just like the ending of the first one. I know that's what they're going for. I know they're trying to mirror the first one and be like, look at what's changed. But the fact that they just come in and they're like, okay, we're gonna reinvent the Matrix. We're gonna recreate it. It's just the same as the first one, and it didn't. I feel like the film shared too many similarities. And what it's trying to do is it's trying to go against modern franchise filmmaking. It's trying to say these reboots and these soft reboots, they are genuinely poisoning cinema. That's what I read out of it. But even though it does feel intentional, I don't think it works.
Yeah, like it just didn't. But you could feel the chemistry there, but not really with that conversation, I guess. But the cat, Deja Vu. They literally named the cat Deja Vu.
That was great. I loved the therapy sessions. The idea that the Matrix is constantly trying to tell Neo, Thomas Anderson, that he's crazy, and they're constantly pushing him deeper and deeper, and they're like getting him hooked on the blue pill. And as you said before, the montage, with the White Rabbit song and him doing the same thing, like it was genius. Like even the meta stuff when they're talking about what is the Matrix, it's bullet time, bullets, and like every single time they're talking about bullet time, and they're talking about how they're going to make this fourth game, and it was so, I think that was where the meta elements really worked.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was just carry on too much. I was like, oh, okay, we know that this is happening. Bullet time. Every time I heard that in the cinema, I just sank into the seat like further and further. Just like,
did you watch the post-credit scene?
There was a post-credit scene?
Oh, it was bad.
I can't remember if there was a post-credit scene or not. I was
there was.
I was trying to remember like what happened in this film. I was like, what?
Yeah, you saw it weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, just tell me.
Well, okay, so we're back with the video game developers, and one guy says, "What about the cat tricks? Have you seen all those cat videos online? The Matrix, but with cats." It was horrible. It was bad.
Are they trying to recreate Cats the musical? Are they trying to do that? Are they trying to do something with that? Why? Do you want?
Why not? Neo and Trinity are now cats.
I guess Agent Smith is going to be a dog because they're going to be like fighting against cats, and the dogs will be agents. Oh God, I can see it already. And then Lawrence Fishburne version of the cat will be, I don't know.
That's the next stage of the Matrix. You've had all these different versions of the Matrix, and this latest one is meant to, kind of less lull people into a sense of security and more, let them believe that they have control. The next one, just cats. It's just cats. That's it.
I'm not going to be happy about that if I saw that in cinema. I want a cat right now, but this is ruining my chance of getting a cat now because I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's do that. But then,
you want to get a cat?
Here's the thing: I'm stuck between getting a cat or a dog because I'm like, look, dogs are really good, but then cats like comfort you, but then dogs really comfort you at the same time. But then dogs can give you walks and then like be happy with you, and then cats all just
dogs can give you walks. I don't think that's the dynamic that a lot of people go for.
Right, you can go.
You walk the dog.
You can go for walks with dogs. Yes, that's what I meant to say.
Honestly, I've got a dog. You know my dog. I think the dogs are more work, just generally, but I would also say they're more rewarding because I think you garner a greater relationship with your dog. So that's what I would say. Dog any day. I love a dog. Dogs are cool. The dog is also almost like the Matrix. I don't know how to bring it back. Get a dog, man. I love dogs.
Okay, yeah.
Or get a black cat and call it Deja Vu. Do it for the meme, John.
Then every time I look at the cat, I was like, Matrix Resurrections, that was a terrible film. Like, meow, and then but there's one type of dog that I want to get. No, I don't know. It's too fluffy. It's a Samoy, and
I mean, some dogs it really it takes a lot of effort to clean as well. Like when it's winter and they're in the mud, especially puppies will get so muddy and you got to wash them. So, and some dogs will shed as well. It's a lot to think about. But I actually have a Matrix themed animal. I'll make sure to put it on screen. I'm sending you a picture of me and my Matrix bear.
Yeah. The bear. Oh wow. Wait, when did you get this? When did you get this?
I got this for Christmas.
Did you get this from Build-A-Bear? Did you get this from Build-A-Bear?
Yes, I did.
No way. You got this from Build-A-Bear. No way. I never knew Build-A-Bear would do the Matrix or something like that. I thought they just do like Pokemon. I wish.
No, it's so cool. He's like, wait, no. Let me give you a better picture. He's even got like he's wearing like a full Matrix garb. It's amazing. So good.
And the sunglasses as well. Are the sunglasses like?
I would pay a lot of money to see like a bear recreation.
Where did you? I'm actually. Oh my god, that's amazing! Like the suit and
it's beautiful. Honestly.
Oh my god. Just share that one. Share that one that you just sent me. That one too.
I will.
Yeah. Oh my god. With the code and everything. But
yeah, man.
Where did you get this? Where did you get it? Was it like
I got it. I got it from for Christmas, but I think you get it online.
Oh.
So like, yeah.
If there's a Pokemon one or I guess anything, I'll get the Matrix one. Wait,
you know what?
I don't know.
Build-A-Bear has so many things. Like they've got like little Jawas and like loads of Star Wars stuff, and they've got like all the Harry Potter like outfits and all that, and like you get a sorting hat that can speak and sort the teddy bears.
No way.
Yeah, I'm a connoisseur of teddy bears. I'm not. This is like the first one I've had in so long. It's amazing.
Remember, years and years ago, I remember going to Build-A-Bear, and then what was it? I just got Shrek. Oh yeah, I got it in America. Like I was in
Wait,
Build-A-Bear
were
in
you about to say
America.
Shrek?
Yeah, I
You
got
got to
Shrek
build a
one.
bear Shrek?
Yeah,
Oh my god, how have I seen this? I must have seen this,
like
right?
oh my god, it had everything. It had like the gown, it had the like stuff that you know with Shrek, and it was so big. Like it
Amazing.
was great. I wanted there's like a Snorlax for me, like to cuddle, like with the Snorlax, you know, from Pokemon, like with that's like a big version, like the Shrek. I had the Shrek one. I don't know where it was. I think it's gone. But the
Oh
Shrek
wait,
one with the button,
wait.
yeah, with the button, you would hear like him saying "Donkey," and then yeah, just like screaming to that, and then yeah, that would be
I think
scary. But
there is a Snorlax bear, but I don't know if it's Build-A-Bear.
oh
No, it is. Oh my god, what? There is a Snorlax Build-A-Bear.
no, oh my
Yeah,
god, oh my god.
yeah,
Wait, can you
it
send me a link? Yeah,
exists. Let me find it on the actual website. Oh my god, they've got so many. Oh my
oh,
god, it's got
I'm
pajamas
tempted.
on, John. It's
Oh
got
no.
pajamas.
Oh no.
Oh, oh.
I'm tempted.
Welcome back
I
to the
don't
Outside
know.
Film Podcast, where we talk bears, Matrix, and dogs. There you go. That's all the
Okay.
Pokemon things. So I think you can get the Snorlax with the pajamas, and you can take the pajamas
No
off.
way! Oh my god! Oh my god, that's adorable. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's got with the bathroom, dude.
This is it.
It's
This is it
so
now.
big. Oh my god. Like
We gotta set up a PO box, and then all of our listeners can send us different Build-A-Bears.
oh my god, that's amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna get that. That's too expensive, but I'll see.
How much is it? Wait, how much is it?
It's £76.
What? Oh my god, that's so oh
Like,
my
okay,
god.
the rest are.
To be
Oh
fair,
wait,
they're all like 50 quid. That's
yeah.
insane.
But I wonder if it's cheaper. I don't want to go in store. No, no.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
they've got a £3 citrus berry.
citrus
Amazing.
berry. Oh my god, yay! This could be like my dream thing in Pokemon Go. Getting there. Was it in the berry? Was it the berry in Pokemon?
Nah,
I don't know.
John, we gotta go in store. We gotta go in store and pump it ourselves. Put the heart inside. I wonder if I mean they must still do that. That's the whole thing, right? That's the whole
That must be
gimmick.
the whole thing, right? You must give it the heart into it, and then oh man. But
Remember,
if
you
they
used to
have
be
the
able to get
Snorlax, if they have the Snorlax, I'm.
no, £75. Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. They
What
have
if it's cheaper in store? What if it's cheaper in store?
I mean, go for it. Well, I still have my
I don't
Build-A-Bear
know.
from years ago, man.
Oh
we're
my
not even
god,
talking about the Matrix anymore. Oh no.
Oh, this happens every time we talk about a bad film. I honestly I have to say this is not a good film.
I can't call this a bad film. I really can't. I really think the first half is excellent. Not all of it, but I think
Yes,
the first half has a load of good
yes,
stuff in it.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm not a bad film, but I thought it was.
It
But
was a big well, okay. Literally, the title of the video is Matrix Resurrections is unnecessary. And I believe it is, unfortunately. I don't think this warrants its own existence. I don't think that after Revolutions that we need a fourth film. And I don't think that this proves itself as worthy. And I think that's a real shame.
But there was some good moments, but I felt like they were a bit lacking.
Oh, you know what? It's like a Star Wars film, or like there's loads of different films that fit this bill. But the opening with the Warner Brothers logo and the music, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Every single time, like watching all four films, just every time it's like, nah, nah, like it's like, yes. Like it's like every time I hear the Star Wars music in the cinema, like it doesn't matter what film it is, but that makes me excited. And I can't deny that was so cool. And I think there were some really cool parts of it. The bit where Neo and Trinity jump off the roof, that was so good. I thought, like, I wasn't sure about the idea that they then just fly out of it. Like I feel like they should have jumped and actually like something, with weight or consequence should have happened instead of just flying out of it. But yeah, I thought that was a really, really cool moment.
Yeah.
I love it when they're like, hey, Neo, can you still fly? Like, can you get us out of this? And he's like, okay. And he goes to fly and like the ground like begins to like warp. And then he just jumps up. He's like, nope, that's not happening. That was great.
Yeah. Also, it's a great bit of cinematography when Trinity was looking towards the sun, and that you could see like the hair like, like wafting with the wind and everything. That was a
Yeah.
really cool shot of that, and I was like, wow, that's really cool.
The ending of the big fight with the Dawn was like a really nice moment where they realized there's no point in just running. And they realized that, if we're going to go out, we're going to go out on our own terms and just kill ourselves by jumping off.
Yeah, but the music, yeah, I can't remember any music. There were some sequences that were good, but there was some questionable stuff like how could Neo, like, I don't know, might be a really stupid question, like move the rockets or like do something like that, because I thought, that was like really quick to see that. Like, it wasn't giving the audience time to see like new powers. It was just like at the last battle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Neo has this weird like force push power, but I don't really know where that came from. And that's all he does in the action scenes. He just stands there just being like bang, bang, like pushing stuff away from him. And it it didn't have that weight that we're always talking about. I think that's a real shame.
I felt like, if he could use those powers like throughout the film, like that would be really interesting what he's going to do with it. I mean, this is the Matrix. You can experiment with like some of the stuff that, you can fly or like teleport to, like, like this film, I think heavily inspired anime, I think, like what was going to do.
This film was heavily inspired by anime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
That
this
was so
film,
good.
but the series, I guess. There's a scene where they're trying to get Neo back into the regular world, and Neo gets transported to the karate dojo with Morpheus, and they have like a fight in like a karate fight, like in the first film. And I have to say that scene, that could have been the opportunity to explore, what powers Neo does or doesn't have, and whether he can still remember things. And it could have been a cool action scene as well, but it wasn't really.
Yeah, and I felt like that was like really lacking because this is the new Morpheus. Like, what we're going to see from him, and then what we're going to do. But I just wanted things like to explore. The whole like premise was like saving Trinity, but not having Neo fully explore like the new Matrix, like what the things that you can do with his new powers.
The film spends so long on different aspects of it that everything feels like you don't get enough of it. It spends so long with the world of the Matrix that we don't feel like we get to see Trinity and Neo enough. But then at the same time, it spends so long with Smith. You could take out that whole warehouse fight and instead explore a little bit more about Morpheus. Like, it's such an interesting concept that you can now bring, kind of like with Smith in Revolutions, you can bring AI into the regular world, with this kind of technology. And it would be really cool to explore that. And we get a little bit of it at the beginning when Morpheus takes the red pill and he realizes that he is an AI and all this stuff. But we never really explore that deeper. It was really cool to see Sati again.
That was just quickly gone. Just like,
it was
like, there she is now, but oh no, she's flying away.
Without the Oracle, it kind of felt like some of these moments of contemplation. I assume the Oracle and the Architect were erased in the last version of the Matrix, but without them, it felt like some of those moments of contemplation really were kind of missing.
Yeah, and about like the philosophy, like, I guess, but that was missing. Like, what? That this is like a new chapter for Neo, like a new world and everything that was going to do, like the seventh version of the Matrix. Oh, there's one bit that I really liked was when the analyst was like telling Neo, like, how come he's back and Trinity died and like what did he do? And there's like this whole flashback, like, it was like it was like terrifying, like how he was like revived back and like his skin, like being doing everything, and then Trinity like coming back, and then they touched together, like hands together, and that was like a really good like idea why it was just powering up the Matrix. But no, it just went down, just like oh no guys, Trinity, I can't find it, and then like gone somewhere. Like,
what a good
like
I tell you, John, every week your impressions get better. Oh guys, I can't find Trinity, what's going on? It's me, Keanu Reeves. Oh, I tell you what, it was weird that Agent Smith was instead of calling Neo Mr. Anderson, he calls him Tom a lot of the time.
No, why?
That was weird. Like the main thing is like you say Mr. Anderson, that's like your thing, that's your shtick, But yeah, it was strange.
It was like trying to say, hey guys, this is the new Agent Smith. Say hi to it.
Hi, Tom.
And so, so I realized that
Mr. Anderson. That's what we want. And we had that
Anderson.
Once, but it kind of wasn't. It's weird because on one hand, it feels like it's giving the middle finger to reboots and franchises. On the other hand, it's sticking with very safe concepts.
I wonder if this film was purposely trying to give the middle finger to Warner Brothers, like trying to make another film.
Yeah.
Like they did this on purpose. Like without any intent. We only saw Keanu and Carrie-Anne Moss talking about the film.
What do you mean,
Do
like
we
in
see any?
interviews and stuff?
Yeah, doing interviews about Matrix.
I don't know. I mean, it felt like when they talk about, oh, we're gonna make a fourth Matrix game, our overlords at Warner Brothers want it being made, and if we don't, they're gonna make it with or without you. That felt very much like maybe this is the situation that the filmmakers were in, and that the only return so they could try to make, you know, some kind of sequel that wasn't just a corporate idea.
Yeah, it was just so it was a bit disappointing for me, like what the film's gonna do. But there's
Definitely.
some great moments. Yeah,
You know what? At the
yeah.
end of the day, it's not completely worthless, but I do think that it's unnecessary. This one kind of, I would say it's my least favorite of the four, but I would say that it's about, and you know, maybe if I rewatch it or if I rewatch any of them, I might like them a bit more, but it's about the same as Reloaded for me. But I think Reloaded feels more like The Matrix in the way that, you know, we're used to.
I was really excited for this. Last year when HBO
That
Max
trailer.
decided to, show all these films that was coming out on HBO Max, like, oh my God. And then Matrix Resurrection just came at the end. Like, it's coming out. It's coming out this year.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
Thank God that we're in England and we get to see it at the cinema, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to watch this. Like, Matrix films deserve, and it's a shame because, you know, I didn't see Reloaded or Revolutions. I watched it at home, but I was so glad to watch it on the big screen. But yeah, it's another example of an amazing trailer. That first trailer was chef's kiss and a disappointing film. And I hope, again, God, Batman better not be bad. I tell you what. But we don't have to talk about that for a few weeks. We can just kind of contain ourselves, hopefully.
Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna give Matrix Resurrections out of 10?
4 out of 10.
Okay, I could get behind that. I would go a 5 or a 6. I think a 6, especially for that first half. If it was just the first half, it would be an 8 out or a 9, and the second half is more of like a 4. So, you know, it's disappointing, but I think that I think I'd go 6 at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Brilliant.
Right.
Well, I think that's everything. A shorter podcast today, but you know what? Why not? Why the hell not? Oh my God, do you know it's 1 year since WandaVision came out?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's 1 year since WandaVision aired.
No,
Yeah, today.
no, please, no. It can't be right. No, I thought it would be next month. No.
I mean, it would have ended around March, but no, it started in January, which is
my
crazy.
God, I remember watching the 2 episodes. Oh yeah, the two first episode came out like on the same day.
Yeah, we did a podcast episode on it, and you can check that out. But yeah, I'm actually gonna rewatch it. Not now, but before Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness comes out, I'm gonna rewatch it. Yeah, I feel like it deserves that.
Just don't come after me like saying, "Why did I watch it?" I was like, "I told you, Ralph Boner." There you go. Yeah.
Oh God, Ralph Boner. Honestly, I'm a firm believer that rewatching something can change everything, and I hope that it does. Maybe rewatching The Matrix Resurrections will change everything, and I'll love it. But you got to rewatch something without expectation. It's very important. You know, one day I'll rewatch Zack Snyder's Justice League. I might like it more because of the expectations I won't have. Same with No Way Home, you know, and hopefully same with WandaVision. But yes, I think that's everything. So thanks everyone for listening. If you liked, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. Next week, we're going to do The King's Man. If you can go and see it, of course. If not, we'll do something else. And if you want to give us your thoughts on Matrix Resurrections or about anything, you can comment it below or give us an email at ourtimefilmpod@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter or Instagram at ourtimefilmpod. You can get loads of thoughts from me on Twitter or see all of our amazing thumbnails on Instagram. And
make sure that you're vaccinated, because we want to keep cinemas open.
Come on, man.
Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Please do. And hope you enjoyed today listening about the wonderful
about
Matrix
2 minutes of Matrix and 1 hour of Build-A-Bear and dogs and cats.
That's why we want to keep it lively, because we just want to, not have seen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I ever since No Way Home, I properly edit these now. So, for example, last week we did a video that was 1 hour 20 minutes long. I edited it. It's only an hour long now. Like, I edit them now, so like there's a lot less awkward pauses,
Good,
and
good.
like
You were...
and delays because of Zoom call. So like,
Good.
yeah, I think it's a lot better now. But yeah, next week, Kingsman. Good luck, John.
Yes.
Good luck.
Oh God.
It's definitely
Oh,
a film that exists.
all right. Okay. That's a interesting
Yeah, I
sentence.
won't tell you if it's good or bad, but it's definitely batshit
It's a
crazy.
film.
It's
Right.
definitely a film.
Okay.
So yeah, take us out.
Right. Take what you're given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.